We organize the tours. We have the drivers. We do the airport pickup. We know the hotels. We recommend you that. We set up the trip for you, etc., etc. So with us, you have a premium service. You have an extra everything. You have an agency helping you with everything you have to take care of. You're not alone. And so I'm going to talk a little bit about safety benefits using an international matchmaking service, because it's very different using our service. And I always talk about, and John talks about, and Anna and everybody talks about why there's a difference in using maybe dating apps or maybe self-organized dating sites in different countries, and what is the difference between an international matchmaking service and helping you, feeling you more safe, because some of you have reached out to us, and I'm going to address that for a moment, giving you some tips as well about what to do in Medellin. And in general, it's an amazing city, amazing people, and I really recommend you going to Medellin. It is right. So I always, when I recommend going to Colombia, I always tell you guys, Medellin for dating is amazing, because the women are very beautiful and very great and very open, very nice, like very approachable. They want you to feel at home, like Medellin. The people are just really cool people, really nice people. That's why it is also one of the most, I think it won the award a couple of years ago for the most innovative city in the world, because it's really upcoming, progressing. I was talking to Manuela today, and she was like, Maria, I'm so angry, I'm so pissed off, because I love my city. It's such an amazing place, and there are a couple of bad people where they're all over the world, and now it's like in the bad news, and people have to be careful. And I said, Manuela, don't worry. And every country, like the US, like other cities, especially because cities have problems, right? So depending what you do, where you are, how you move yourself, you can obviously be safe or not safe. I mean, there's a lot of common sense, right? And so, but obviously dating, you're more vulnerable maybe than just being in a normal travel environment, because you're opening yourself to meet people, to really be with locals. And believe me, the Colombian locals in the Medellin, the Paisas, are just great people. But you have to be a little bit careful, right? Not trust everybody, not go to places, not take go to a lot of party. Look to the people you talk to. If you have very attractive women coming to you, hitting on you in bars, in the street, you know that they are working girls. It's not illegal here, and you have to be careful. So, and now talking a little bit about what is the difference using our service and using other services, or using just a website, or just using a app. In Colombia, there are different self-organized websites where you pay less, but you save a couple of dollars, but you don't have any safety measurements, really, right? You have to be a little bit careful, because obviously being a foreigner, coming from a different country, having a certain status, obviously you're very attractive for a lot of people. Some are very religious, like they want to meet you, have a good time, make you feel at home, and just welcome you. Some obviously might want to take advantage of you. Most don't. But if you give papaya, if you give the opportunity, and if you put yourself in those places, it can go wrong, right? And so I would definitely recommend you date in Colombia. I would definitely recommend you date in Medellin. But be clear in what you're looking for, and don't get distracted by the beauty, by all those amazing women who are very accessible, who don't mind any age difference, etc., where there are parties involved, where there are penthouses involved, where there are private parties involved, where you get invited to people where you don't know. You have to be careful, right? Those is common sense for me, and obviously that is something really to take care of. So now you want to date, right? So what are you going to do, and why is it so much better using an international premium matchmaking service? That's what we're promoting here, than just any other thing, right? So first of all, profile verification. We do verify men and women. Everybody is registered with an ID in our website, in our database, right? The women come into the office, they talk personally. We have offices, so that is another thing. Where do you find somebody who has offices? Where do you find somebody talk to face to? If you have a problem, I'm not saying everything will be perfect, right? You still do international dating. There can be challenges, but we help you. You call us, we call her. if you have a problem, I had a client, like when was that, last year, one of my VIPs, I had to solve a problem. They got, like, they matched, they went into vacation to Morocco, South Africa. They were far away, and she didn't have any money on her, and they got in a fight, and they didn't want to stay together. You know, it was not my responsibility because they were matched. They were a couple. They did their thing, right? It was 6 months, 3 months after he worked with me, so it was not really my responsibility. But she called me crying. She didn't know what to do. He called me. He was angry. Didn't know what to do. So I obviously helped between the two to solve the problem. He gave her some money so that she can go to Colombia. The problem was solved. Everybody was happy. But they didn't know how they couldn't talk to each other. They were really angry, whatever. You know, it wasn't my cup of tea, let's say. But obviously I want everybody to be happy. And where do you get that? So starting with that, right? But then now let's just go with the profile verification. Where do you know what is the woman who is that person, right? So with us, what do the women do, and the men too, before you go on a date? Women who register with us, they register with their ID. There are several instances in the register process. So she goes to the office or she reaches out to us and says, I want to participate. She has to fill in a form. She has to send her ID. We ask her for her social media. We usually have her Facebook. We usually have her Instagram, one of the two or even the two. We usually ask for a second or a third phone number from her friend, from her mom. So we have referral contacts from her. We have her address. We have her job. We have her WhatsApp, obviously, and we have a lot of things, and obviously her ID, right? So there's a lot of things we're already in the verification process. And then this will be submitted. Then we have another instance who really looks that the person who submitted the profile is really matching the age with the ID. Is the information clear? Are the photos clear? Is that the same person? You know, is there any, like, is she over 18, obviously, etc., etc. Then we have another person above that who is verifying if that profile maybe comes out in any adult porn site and any adult working site on the internet. So if that's the case, the profile is going to be rejected and not being in our database. So there's a lot of things we're going to verify. That you have to sign an IMBRA form, for example. The women also get safety because they're always concerned as well. It's not just you guys. The women are also concerned to meet people from other countries. So they get your information. You have to fill out an IMBRA form that is like your background information. So you have to provide that before she even goes on a date with you, before you even go and exchange phone numbers. So there's a lot of things we do to make sure that you will be fine. We help you organize the dates. We set up the restaurant reservations. We know at what time where you are. You have a date at 6. We know where you are at 6. You can take a translator with you who's going to be with you in the process, so you're not alone. Even if you don't take a translator, you're not alone, because me, Manuela, Claudia, ladies, everybody in this thing will make sure that you'll be fine. We organize the tours. We have the drivers. We do the airport pickup. We know the hotels. We recommend you that. We set up the trip for you, etc., etc. So with us, you have a premium service. You have an extra everything. You have an agency helping you with everything you have to take care of. You're not alone, which is amazing in a country where you don't know anybody. Afterwards, you might not use us and need us anymore because you made friends, you met women, you met people, you made friendships. So next time, maybe you might not reach out to us anymore and say, hey, Maria, can you send me the driver? Or Maria, can you set up the restaurant for me? Or I do need a date. Maybe you don't. But we do that for all the clients, and we do that on the tour. You have the hotel included. It's a very, very, very personalized, very close process where we are with you. Everybody who has been with us, maybe guys, you can comment a little bit. As I said, like, say there's a huge difference going on your own to Colombia, going to your own, which you also can do. Don't get me wrong. Go to Colombia, have fun, travel, stay in the tourist areas, get recommendations, but go to Colombia. And if you want to date in Colombia, but try to make sure that you stay. And even if you do want to make the self-service because you want to save a couple of dollars, or that woman sounds amazing and you should want to go there, do it. But when you do that, and also take cautions, like security cautions, right? Let people know where you're going, with who you're going to. As I said, we have an ID. We know her name, her last name, etc., etc. We can find her friends. We know her referrals. It's a very different process and all that, yeah? And just try to ask questions, ask us, stay with us, talk to the team, talk to everybody. We're here to help you.
You too can experience the romantic adventure of a lifetime. Join men from all over the world as they take a trip and find their future brides.
Check out our website at medianwomen.com.